All right, so we're back for our third and final game in the Atlantic Canadian Exposure Exhibition Series. So our two teams in action in white today, we have Tunnel Vision Elite 7, and in black, we have Tunnel Vision Elite Next Gen 8. I think this is the first time these two teams will meet this season, so it'll be an interesting matchup. Both teams have some really strong players on it. I'm expecting to see some good offense and defensive play from both
Most
squads.
definitely. Should be a very fun game to watch.
And you'd be familiar with quite a few of these players from the training plays that have happened. Also, I think we didn't mention in the last two games, but we're seeing your brother, Chris Johnson, has coached the other two teams. So this is the third team he's coaching tonight. And on the other side of the bench, we have Josh McDonald, better known as J Mac, who has this will be his third game tonight as well. So Jonah Mantley, I think I should know his name. Messed up his name. Oh, wow. Messed up my own child's name. Jonah Mantley comes up with the steal, looks to pass it into Jackson Cho, and didn't quite make that first play. So
I believe you might have made an error not to call you out. But I don't think Cho is on the court right now.
Oh, you're right. Okay, let me get the name straight. Who we have on for Tunnel Vision Elite? We see 15 here. We see
Elliott with the finish.
Yes. We have number 1, Mantley. We have number 3, Oscar Perry. We have 24, Dallas Downey, and number 12, Charlie Hoffman. And on the black side, we have Drew Bradley with the ball right now. We're seeing Leo Yang, Cortez Stainton, and Micah Drummond, and Leo Jackson. So Leo Jackson's younger brother just finished playing, and we see Elliott coming up with the first 2 hoops for Tunnel Vision Elite. First 2 hoops.
The score of 4-0.
So like we expected, there's definitely going to be some aggressive defense here, so not expecting any easy offense here. We see Charlie Hoffman on Leo Yang and forcing the turnover. So we have Dallas Downey's looking to and we're going to get a foul here for Tunnel Vision Elite on Jonah Mantley. So we see Drew Bradley's looking to create something offensively.
Mantley with the steal.
And
Out of bounds.
So Next Gen's going to look to get the ball in. We see Yang finds Jackson. Jackson gets his own board. And Elliott is going to come back with the defensive rebound.
Downey with the ball.
Charlie Hoffman going into the D. I think that's a great play to create offense there, especially when you're defended so closely. And we see Elliott.
TVE staying active on the boards.
So Elliott McClellan's definitely looking to attack and be aggressive offensively. This is what we want to see young players do, is take those moments and options, and he's going to end up at the line.
And he makes the second one. Tyrell with the tough take.
And coming back and playing some defense here on Perry. Yang's causing some problems to Hoffman. Hoffman's going to take advantage of that defense. So that's sometimes where, you know, some offensive players may move away from the D, but he decided to take advantage of that and created the foul on Yang.
Manley with the ball, sizing up. Gets called for the hook.
So that's going to be 2 quick fouls for him, and I think we're going to see the sub come in, and Wesley is going to enter the game for the first time.
Bradley with the spin finish. With the spin and the finish.
So it's a 5-4 score. So like we said, we're expecting this to be a competitive game. Both teams.
Perry with the ball. With the nice pass.
Great pass.
A nice pocket pass there.
And Leo, great defense there. We see Elijah Umansky is going to go to the line with that. He's getting called on the pass, so he isn't going to go to the line. And now we see Jackson Cho enter the game along with Rylan Norman, who is playing his second season with the Tunnel Vision program. Nice spin, but Wes is going to stay there defensively.
Good pass.
Good give and go.
Good give and go. Good basketball.
So defensive trap, and Perry has to bail himself out, pushing the ball off of Norman. So Leo is going to end up with his second foul early, and it looks like there's a sub
on the ball
coming
handler, always a foul.
So that's going to take send him to the bench, and he's a big presence inside. So we have Eamon Power coming in, and we also see Tyler Drapeau for Tunnel Vision Elite entered the game as well. So again, great opportunity for these teams in the season to have the competitive opportunity to execute their sets and get to know one another.
It's definitely good for team chemistry. Definitely a great opportunity to learn each other and build chemistry as a team. We both know how important that is.
It's huge. I think it might be one of those things we underestimate. That and free throws. Chemistry and free throws. I think something, you know, it's important. You can see when teams have that unspoken, like, unit understanding of one another, it makes a big difference. So we see Aaron, number 7, McDonald, enter the game for Tunnel Vision Elite. It's a good deep bench, so we're seeing lots of players get early looks. Tyler Drapeau's going up against Damon Power, and he's right away making sure
with the rebound. Putback's no good.
Good push out.
Tyrell with the tough take.
A good finish with the defender who was there with the contesting.
Finishing through contact.
So Drew Bradley's picking up.
Bradley with the foul.
Hoffman, and this is like something you mentioned earlier. At the beginning of this play, we can see Hoffman was at the top of the key, but now he's bringing the ball up. So that positionalist basketball where everybody can do everything. And Cho comes in and scores his first 2 buckets. He's definitely offensive threat. He really looks for those offensive opportunities. And Curry's going to end up with
Curry
this.
with the steal and the finish is no good. Cho in there, getting his hands dirty.
Hoffman with the 3 just a little bit long, and Norman's going to come back with this defensive rebound, finding Jackson. Maybe Jackson should have went up there instead of the extra pass. Sometimes being selfish is the unselfish thing to do.
Charlie with it, Jackson back with it. Tyrell with the rebound. Taking it coast to coast.
Shot's a little bit longer. Drampo comes up with the rebound, and Cho's going to put them into the offensive set. Wesley thought about the shot and makes the extra pass. And just
E-Man with the turnover, dribbling off his foot.
so we're going to get a timeout with Tunnel Vision Elite. And we have a 7-8 score right now. So team's still working out some things. Good shots, just not falling yet.
Pre-game, little jitters maybe going on there.
And I think these are the points of these early season, these games too, right? So that as they get into their games, both of these teams will be competing in other tournaments, playing against, new competition. And these opportunities help them get settled, get into that, building that chemistry like you mentioned earlier, so that in those other tournaments, they're coming and they're ready. I'm saying it's a very exciting environment here. Like I said, people can't tell, but there's a media day behind us. So we have the TVE 5 team who we won't see in action today, but they're in there having fun, getting their photo shoot done.
Yep. Great environment for the kids.
Yeah, and it's really great just to see all the teams. We have some of the teams that played earlier. Players are hanging around, watching the games. There's brothers playing on teams. It's a lot of support here as they compete. And we have MDO Designs who's doing the media day. So
Cho for 3, good.
Nice shot. And we're going to see a foul there in just that very final seconds of the quarter here. But we'll go into second quarter with Tunnel Vision Elite 10 and Tunnel Vision Next Gen 8. 8. So, similar to what we saw with some of the other games, that first quarter, a little bit of a slower start. What are you expecting with both coaches taking this period to adjust? What adjustments would you expect to see?
I think a lot of the talk will be there. I feel like from what we're seeing, little pregame jitters. Maybe the coaches are telling their players to, you know, trying to encourage them to not be nervous and understand it and to take this opportunity to be better. Coaching them just to be better and then to improve. Um, Early in the game, I believe both teams will improve as the game moves forward.
I agree, and I think we're seeing some of that. The symptoms of the jitter, some early fouls. We have, a few players carrying two fouls in the first quarter, so expecting that defense maybe to clean up a little bit. Hopefully that communication's starting to happen on both ends of the floor.
Definitely.
So we're going to see a zone coming out of this beginning of the second quarter with a bit of a trap action here. And we're going to get the first foul here in the opening seconds. So we're going to see how NG adjusts to the trap from Tunnel Vision Elite. And we have outside shot
Leo with the rebound.
And Jonah Mantley picking up the rebound, pass up to Curry. And Curry, good.
Mantley with the follow.
Tyrell Gross has been very active for Tunnel Vision NG.
Oh, good pass, good kick.
Good ball movement,
Ball is
good
moving.
swing. Back to Gross.
E-Man with the rebound.
So one of the things with Zone D is you still got to box out players. You got to find those players and put those bodies on them. So we see 3 possessions off this. And we do see Elliot McClellan.
But that's good activity by Next Gen.
And then the defense on the other end. So Downey's going to come back into the game for Tunnel Vision Elite.
Cho for 3. No good.
A little short there. And Leo Jackson's going to come back with this defensive board to start their offensive set.
Cho comes up with it. With the outlet to Benson.
Nice jab. Creates some.
Good kick.
Cho
that is good
3.
Basketball right there, Rachel. Penetrate and kick. Open shots.
So we got another foul here on Benson Williams, and like I said earlier, there's few people who've picked up these 2 early fouls, and that makes a difference. Psychologically, how you play defense, you got to think about it. You definitely don't want to go into halftime, picking up a third this early.
Right.
But Tyrell Gross is taking advantage of this, and he's attacking that top end of the zone. Drummond saves it, but into Tunnel Vision Elite, and Norman's going to come back with
the steal.
Nice take to the hoop. He's going to end up on the line. So Rylan Norman's at the line to shoot 2 free throws. I love we can hear the fun from that TVE5 in the background doing their team shot. And Ryland is successful with the second one, and we see Mantley just a little bit of that magic play, pull it out and looking down, but defense is back. Cho attacks.
Mantley with the spin.
A little bit of a fadeaway. And that pressure back on the D causes that turnover. So I think that might be his spot. So next gen might want to come out and contest those shots.
100%. He's getting good looks.
Good
Just got to go in.
movement,
He's got to shoot it.
power, good shot.
Cho with the rebound.
And Cho, top of the key, 3. So that's 3 threes now in the first half for Cho.
Being aggressive.
Yeah, Tyrell
Being
Gross
a threat.
He really is. He's going into that zone. He's creating, making them have to make decisions. And Bradley has the ball. He's back in. Step back, and Hoffman's going to come up with that board. Dallas Downey with the nice mid-range.
Mid-range pull-up.
That's a great shot to have in your repertoire. In that situation, looked like he was going to attack the hoop without that mid-range pull-up, which is more challenging than some people may think. You know, that shot, that's a play that may be a turnover.
I think it's very important to be able to score at every level.
Talk a little bit more when we say every level, like for those people who may not know what you mean.
Being able to score at the hoop, being able to score within the mid-range area, being able to shoot the 3. I believe nowadays we have what they call 5-level scorers. Those who can score even deeper beyond the 3-point line. So yeah, the game is expanding, Rachel.
So for you, you know, what's your preference offensively, or do you have one?
Preference in what way, would you say?
Like, so where you like to, like, you know, find your offensive opportunities, like what out of those 3 levels, where do you find, like, your preferences?
For me, I believe I like to score at every level. I like to make plays at every level. No preference at all.
So that versatility,
Exactly, yes.
keeps you on the court.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to see some new players enter the game for Tunnel Vision Elite. And we got a 20-9 score right now. And Yang has come in. He's active on the boards. I really think those shots, if they don't like put a nice pass, good finish. If they don't put a body to box him out, those are going to end up into conversions.
Yes, absolutely, Rachel. He's definitely being active out there.
And I don't know about, it's something I always noticed. I don't know if you noticed, like between male and female basketball, I feel like, you know, females have to box out. I find men rely a little more on their athletic ability and don't do the box out, but go for the ball right away. Agree or disagree?
That's a tough question for me to answer, Rachel. But I'm a fan of the game, and I like to take something from everybody. I like to steal different things from everybody.
Okay,
So
I appreciate that. I respect that. I mean, the women's game has evolved so much.
most definitely, you know, we got great players in the women's game. I actually used to watch the WNBA growing up also, so yeah.
And we're seeing some really great, you know, talent at that the NCAA level for women as well. Like
Definitely.
the last Final Fours have been like, that tournament championship has been so exciting to watch, and
Definitely.
generating way more fans. Great finish in there.
By Bradley.
So Bradley's also causing some problems here. Curry's able to get the ball into Perry's hands. And Perry just a little bit off on that attack, but Drapeau's trying to track it down. So, and TVE 7 staying in this zone. And I think that's what Next Gen has to do. They have to find Yang in the middle so that it collapses. And,
find in the gaps.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that takes us to the end of the first half, and 24-13 is our score going into halftime. So we'll come back and finish out the final 16 minutes. All right, so we're going to get back into our second half action. Caleb, what's your assessment on the first half?
Very competitive second half. First half. Looking forward to see how next gen comes out and
And
sets a tone.
we saw that with the last game where the team went in down, the grade 6 next gen, and then they came out. Their third quarter was hot, was on fire. They definitely came out. Not willing to let the game be over. So we see Bradley start off with that shot, and Yang with the board doesn't complete it. I do expect these are going to start to fall for both Bradley and Yang. Williams is going to meet Leo Jackson in the key. Micah Drummond.
With the floater.
Yeah, nice floater. A little bit higher.
Had the three. Had the opportunity for the three there too.
Right. Might be working a little bit on what you're talking about, trying to be that three-way scorer. So we see
Manley with the three. Start the quarter off.
So
getting it done.
TVE 7 is in the zone defense, and we talked a bit about that in our other games. Bradley with the three
came back
answers. How important is it for players at this age to be able to experience different defenses when they get to be at your point? How important is it for them to be able to have this experience to play against different defenses?
Every team, you have to understand that every team is going to make adjustments, and you have to be ready for it. And that's just the name of the game. Manley with it. Loses the handle.
Double team there. Drummond made the good decision to step in and
Drummond with the nice
that.
Euro step and finish.
Yeah, so that's good defense to offense.
Yes.
I know as a coach personally, that's my favorite kind of offense is defense. When defense turns into offense, I think that's the best kind of offense we can play. So we have Benson Williams on the floor.
Downey with the moves. Pull-ups no good.
Board by Bradley. Williams is there. We got Stanton is going to take it. Kick out and Drummond, and just not enough room on the court there.
Cho with it up top to Manley. Manley bullies his way through. Nice
small
finish.
space, maneuvering through those small spaces is another important part of players' games, especially as they move into seeing bigger bodies, bigger players.
Most definitely.
Benson Williams with the three. Downey has the offensive rebound.
Cho with the three.
Had three in the first half. Doesn't hit that one. Ooh. On the court.
You love to see players being active and getting on the floor.
So we're going to have Gross and Norman come back into the game for Stanton and Jackson. Gross was pretty active for Next Gen in the first half, so we'll see how he comes into the second half.
Bradley with the steal and the finish.
And that's 29-20. So they're closing the gap. They're chipping away at it.
Trouble is called on Downey.
Gross has got the ball in his hand. So that's where you start to see the adjustment. So they got it into Yang. Yang scored. TVE made the adjustment. So now Next Gen has to recognize that. Norman with the 3, definitely within his range and his repertoire. Gross comes back with the board.
Tyrell with a nice offensive rebound. Misses. Show for 3.
Drapo and Bradley fight for the
Bradley
board.
with the rebound.
Good
fight by
pass.
Tyler. Tyler with the rebound.
So we got
Benson with the 3. Downey drawing 2.
And long 3 by Mantley. And good push up. And Norman, that again's kind of like you may have been a little bit too under and maybe just catch and pull it out. So that's Mantley to Downey combination. Fairly familiar. They've played together for the last couple of years during the summer. You talked about that chemistry. They were the co-MVPs during the first Atlantic Canadian Exposure Tournament. So there are probably a couple of players who'd be interesting to keep a watch on.
Definitely. Nova Scotia's got some gems, hidden gems.
Tyrell Gross, mid-range pull-up.
Nice
So
shot there.
Another opportunity where if he doesn't have that pull-up option, he's dead in the key, and that's a good place to be dead. So the fact that he has that in his game is an important thing to keeping him as an offensive threat.
Absolutely.
And Elliott, good board, gets his own board. And
Gets it back and finishes.
so good D here. So we got McDonald and Perry putting the pressure on Gross, and you see Elliott coming back with the ball.
Perry draws a foul.
Yeah, it's good for him to keep moving into the player's body. Because I'm not sure yet anywhere else to keep going. So, creating that foul gives them a second opportunity. But you see the turnover and Bradley coming up. Nice strong move to the hoop.
With the finish, Bradley.
And coming up, hustling.
Bradley getting after it.
Nice play.
Wolfman with a nice pass.
Great.
Curry with the finish. Good basketball there.
Just a little bit of miscommunication there. And we see Coach J. Mack encourage him not to worry about can't do anything now, get it back on D. Yeah.
Next play mentality, as we've been seeing.
You may have to add that to your clothing line. Next play mentality. So a lot of touches Elliott is going to get fouled. He has a nice take to the hoop. Feel like Elliott came into this game with a mission. He's been at the line a few times.
Being aggressive out there.
Yeah, offensively boarding and looking for a shot.
Yeah.
Banks the second one.
Banks open.
Still counts.
Banks open on a Friday.
And Gross tries to get that shot off. So we're going to finish our third quarter, and we have a 38-24 lead for Tunnel Vision Elite 7. But I think we definitely, we saw a bit of a close of the gap there from NG8 and expect them to come out aggressive on offense and finish this game strong, both teams.
Yes.
So upcoming, I think these teams also will be in action at the Preston Elite Tournament. So again, great opportunity to get some games in before you move into tournament play.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't believe there's a better way than to play against older competition or just get the opportunity to be out there and play against the same organization.
And I know you and I've had an opportunity to work a bit with both of these teams. We do some sub practices when when needed, and it's kind of like a brotherhood too.
Mm-hmm.
We can relate it that they're helping each other, pushing each other to get better, but a lot of respect on the court from both teams and players.
Definitely.
So you can see it right now. NG8's coming out. They're playing aggressive D. I see a little bit of that pickup on the defense, being very active. Good block by Power. And he's going to bring the ball back down. Oscar's looking at making sure it's not easy. Bradley's going to pull that ball after Power did the work to keep it. And
Bradley with the fake and 3-ball.
Nice 3. Nice take. No finish, but it was good.
Elliott with the follow and the finish.
All right, I really think we might have to ask Elliott what he came in, what he ate before he came to this game. He's definitely coming with a mission.
100%, Rachel.
And he finishes the old-fashioned 3. So Drew is definitely being aggressive on offense like that. We're going to see Elijah. That's a nice take.
Nice move by E-Man.
You see J-Mac encouraging his team to get up and play some D. He knows they got to play both sides. You can't trade baskets right now, so they got to go see the pressure causing the turnover.
With the steal. And
good decision
finish.
To keep it. That's a great decision. Sometimes we see players be too unselfish. Good decision to keep it. If he doesn't make that shot, he had Bradley there for the board.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that extra pass is enough to give defense an opportunity to get back and disrupt the play.
Yes, yes. We got some action going on.
Aaron McDonald's looking to kick. Okay.
Tyrell with the rebound. Too strong of a pass.
Yeah.
Huffman.
Coming
attacking.
Good patience.
Couldn't get it to go.
Good pass by Bradley up. And Gross is able to complete
Gross with the
that.
finish.
So we're looking at a 41-33 game. Lots of time left. Perry's looking to start their offensive set here. Norman has given him some problems. He's going to get called down for a foul. kind of think that was good D.
I mean, he definitely sold it. He could have got fouled there. I don't know. I didn't see it.
So we see some sub changes, and those were good minutes for the 5 players who for Tunnel Vision Elite who are going to the bench. Cho's shot's a little bit short. Gross decides to come down and give his 3 a try, and it's long.
Downey with it.
Bradley's
To Netley.
tenacious defense, I agree.
Netley with the finish. Tough take.
So we have
Right.
Elijah starting the NG offense.
Bradley with the take.
Got
Gets
his
his
own
own
board.
board.
Kick.
Tyrell with the spin move.
Bradley
Bradley
with the board
again.
again, and
And he finishes.
we see Coach Johnson not liking the 3 boards, calling his players to task, and Downey comes back, and he's going to finish with a 3-point play. So appreciate these coaches also are, holding players to a higher standard, expecting them to perform and execute what they've been put into the court for.
Absolutely.
So
It's just coach to help the players be a better version of themselves. And I feel like that's very important.
I mean, you know better than anybody that's a big part of Tunnel Vision programming is about development and that long-term journey. You mentioned it in one of our Tyrell Gross finishes there. You were mentioning that too, that consistency, but the longevity of staying committed to your craft, putting in the work, and you may not see those results right away, but sticking with it.
Having some stick-to-itiveness.
There you got another thing, your brand you can put on your clothing line. So we have just a little bit under 3.5 minutes left, and 45-37. So 8-point gain. Possessions are definitely going to make a difference here. Good screen and roll.
Pick and roll action. Good basketball.
And now we see the pressure up front. So we saw a bit of that pressure from NG. Tyrell Gross is going to come back.
Gross with the finish. We got a game here, Rachel. Manley with the take and the finish. +1.
Williams is going to come in. Mansky grabs that board.
Bradley with the pull-up.
Tyler and Yang are going to battle it out for the board. Yang's going to come up with it.
Tyler with the steal to Benson.
So didn't have enough court there, so it's going to go back into NG's hands, and these possessions are going to be important. They got to make sure that they score off them.
Mansky with the 3.
Yeah.
Not a bad look there.
Okay. And you see Benson Williams
steal.
sticking with it. What is it? Stick it to itness?
Stick-to-itiveness.
Word creation. Good kick.
Good basketball.
Shots long, and we have Jackson coming back. Great pass. Nice finish.
Bradley with the finish. Jackson with the nice pass.
So I'm assuming that Tunnel Vision Elite might try to take some time off this clock, not be a little bit patient with their offense. Drapeau with the 3. Jackson comes back with this board. Gross has been looking to attack the rim, and he finishes again.
Nice finish by Gross there.
We just have hitting a minute left in this game, and 49-43. Hoffman hits the 3. Oh, nope, misses the 3. Looked like it was going in. Good idea, just a little bit long. Maybe
a little too strong on a pass.
Maybe that extra dribble before you throw, but it was a good decision. Oh.
With the steal.
And he's going to...
Gross with the steal.
So Benson fouls. Not a bad foul there, because I think it was probably going to turn into... Gross has been pretty consistent at the rim.
Well, he doesn't get the foul shot, so not a bad foul.
Coach is encouraging
them. Tough lay.
Nice. So we have Coach J-Mac looking to encourage. He knows they got to finish on these. Ooh. And we're going to see, I think we'll see the defense definitely pick up here. I'm going to get a timeout for both coaches to stop and discuss what they're going to do with the final 38 seconds. 45-49. Definitely enough time here. So we see both coaches intensely talking to their team, strategizing what's going to happen. What do you expect to come out of this timeout? So we have Next Gen, who is down by 4 points right now with 38 seconds left. And so what do you think Coach J-Mac's going to draw up for his team to do here? They're on defense right now. Is it time to foul? Do they try? What do you think is the best decision right now?
I'd say ball pressure, try to force a turnover, get a quick bucket. Yeah.
I think he's looking to see how many team fouls he has before they end up on the line. Sometimes that can be a bit of a problem too. If you play great D, you haven't caused a lot of fouls, and then you have to foul to get into putting them into a bonus situation. What about Coach Chris? What do you think his game plan will be?
I think for him and his team would be just to take care of the ball, run the clock down. I don't think they need to score, but I believe if they get the ball, they take care of the ball, they should be all right.
So the ball goes in to Elliott, and he has definitely been one of the players, definitely has been effective. It had a big impact on this game this evening. Gross gets that foul, doesn't put them on the line yet. We see Coach J-Mac, Coach Johnson here having a sideline discussion. Mm. 10 seconds called here. Mantley's got to make a decision. Kicks to Cho. And Drapeau, tries to save it, but Jackson's going to intercept that, and we got Next Gen coming down. Tyrell looks for the 3. Yang with the board. And he is fouled. J-Mac's going to take advantage of this free throw to get some silent time out here. Misses the first. Free throws are important, and it's something sometimes players, coaches don't spend as much time on. But really, games are won and lost at a line, so it's a good thing in practice. He's going to hit the second, so we have a 3-point game. We're looking at the foul, and we get it. Jackson was working hard to try to keep the. And they put themselves into bonus, so Elliott will go to the line. Stops the clock. It stops the clock with 3 seconds left. Misses the first.
The second one is good.
So I think that's going to probably put it at a reach. We got quick timeout. Probably J-Mac's going to look to advance it. I'm not sure what the 4-point play will be. Are we at 4 right now, 50-46?
Yep.
I guess you need to get fouled on a 3 for this to happen, or a quick – well, you got to get fouled on 3. You only have 2 seconds left. And we have Maritime Athletics, who has been gracious enough to come in and take care of us for these 3 games.
Shout out Maritime Athletics.
So J-Mac's going to have to draw up a play. I'm interested to see what he runs here. And really, Tunnel Vision Elite just has to not foul. Even with a 3, it's not going to do anything. So as long as they don't foul on that 3,
they just need to stay solid.
Yeah, just good D, no foul. Great game, though. Both teams,
They competed. I believe both teams would help each other get better, and yeah, man.
Got Drew
for 3.
Oh, all right. Great ending to a game. That shot was on the mark. So thanks, Caleb. It was great to chat with you for the last few hours, getting a chance to spend Friday night watching young, future players actually right now, they're not future, they're playing in the moment, but developing to get better for the future. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the court too soon, and I know you're continuing just to give back to the game.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Maritime. We appreciate all the fans, players. It was a great evening, and hope to get a chance to do it again soon.
Yes, nice working with you.